you can get destroyed if you're dead Dynasty, and I think those mistakes they're very likely.
They're gonna happen. Yeah, they are
Yeah.
certainly gonna happen. I love the vision game that's already available to Wildcard as well. But yeah, Harry, happy to get this last series of the day underway. The ESL One Raleigh closed qualifiers, Wildcard versus Dead Denasty. Dire versus the Radiant, and it is Harry Freak and myself, Malibu Jesus, to bring you that action. Already got some good voice lines flying out. You got a favorite voice line? I know you. We've touched on this actually, Harry. Yours isn't yet in the game. We're waiting for your next TI birth. But ooh, RCY Boar morph. This is actually pretty crazy.
I still don't understand how none of the casters brought in like Avada Kedavra or like Kamehameha, right? That would be.
Do you think it would be too easily like trademark distributed or like disputed or something like that? DMCA strike inside of Dota.
I don't know. They're just so widely used that I don't know.
They're part of the culture at this point. And do you see this move here? Smoke mid on 2 supports and the boar. They're looking to get a quick 1-up on Gonna Take Happy. Let's just see how happy he is. Boundless Strike, the shockwave, the instant TP from the Willow, the damage.
He got Inner Fire.
Inner Fire to make a little bit of space. He survives. But the cost, the emotional, physical, it is just gonna be a lot to recover from. And RCY, usually when that craziness happens, you lose some CS, RCY gets 3. Denies 1.
Yeah, but having the Inner Fire, I don't think you want to have that spell at all in this matchup. Not gonna lie, it's all great.
All right, quick level 2 though for the Huskar, and he has to go Berserker's Blood. All right, top lane. Assessing our matchup, Yamsen on the TA, speed on the Lich into a Willow Doom. Pretty standard lane combinations, nothing crazy here. What do you expect to see the most?
Spamming of spells, the Doom and the Dark Willow trying to pressure the TA. That is what you would want to do. Push back the Lich, pressure the TA, push back the Lich, pressure the TA. If you cannot push back the Lich, you're screwed in this lane, you're gonna lose. And then once the TA is level 6, you are gonna get completely demolished, because that's when you cannot run away and you cannot run in. So you're gonna be crippled in every possible way. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. For now, it's just dealing with the lane equilibrium, shenanigans like that. But level 3 is usually when things start getting spicy.
All right, I'm taking a look bottom lane here. Beastmaster Mag combo against the PA and Rubik. Are you looking for Big Num to be your big body? Throw the boars to help him out. Top side, let's take a second to look. Yamsen getting out of the coils, but RCY putting Huskar in the blender. Both heroes
that's
level 3.
That's not something that you wanted to happen, but yep, big deal. And this is what I was talking about. Just a little bit of a shove and the Monkey King can start destroying the Huskar. You picked up this hero to crush the laning phase. Laning phase is in the way, you're in trouble.
Yep.
By PJ.
There's the pressure from the Lich. Sinister Gaze into the Meld Strike. Easy hits time after time on that.
Again, we're seeing the same thing. It's just that Wildcard are crushing the laning phase. I'd say maybe a little bit less than what we saw in the previous series, but it's only 3 minutes in, so we can't really judge just yet.
Now, Harry, that first move we saw mid, both supports helping out RCY on the Monkey King. Is this a move that would work against teams of a higher caliber? And we'll hold that thought. Taking a look top, Deathlike trying to get out, but we're going to see him in his death throes. That Meld Strike doing...
PJ, run!
God, PJ battening down the hatches and fortifying what he can, but the health is dwindling as Yamsen closing the gap. Want to give the last hit to your carry. Shadow Realm with the Bramble, doing a lot of work, and Speed paying the price, loses a lot of health. Got to be careful here not to eat another Bramble. Survives with 5 health. Doom doesn't have Scorched Earth for a couple seconds. He's got ground boots, so could close the gap, but we're just going to see Speed go feed his life away.
Does he kill himself on the Ancients? Yep, 26 seconds on the sidelines. So Lich had 2 mangoes. I think that's one of the reasons that he survived, is because of the HP regen that they give. Because the Blood Grenade, I think it was supposed to kill him. In the end, it didn't.
That's not even a full. That's not even a full HP per second. It's 0.8, and he survived with like 5 health. Oh, craziness there.
Dire are scanning.
The Huskar is doing still pretty okay here in the mid lane, and now is the situation where the Monkey King needs to be careful, right? There's a couple more levels on the Huskar, making him very dangerous. But they're trying to.
Yeah, danger here top. Yemson backpacks his branches, gets his wand, charges up for the max efficiency. Gonna see a Basilius picked up on the Templar Assassin too. A little bit of mana regen. Do you think that's some sunk costs, or do you just need it?
It helps.
Move mid, Sinister Gaze, pulling him under the tower here, but the creep will eat the shots. Enough right-click damage from the monkey to bring him down. Big Gnome also making the move. Uh-oh. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Oh my god, there go the tips.
Yep. He's gonna have a Boundless Strike, will be full on the Monkey King as well, so once the Huskar comes back, he's not really gonna be able to capitalize on his own death at all.
Oh, baby. Here comes the old methods of OG Dota.
We are sorry if he messaged, I will leave. What?
Nice. Good ownership of the situation, team captain Willow. Thank you. Stepping up when one of your players steps out. And RCY full health now. He's got both supports here. Gonna take Happy. Maybe gonna take a trip back to the fountain. And I don't think he's gonna be too happy with this one.
Don't write anything
about that. Don't write it. Don't write it. The voice love RCY. Master of the mind games. He's so young, but he's so wise. He knows where to push the buttons. And I'm sure that one hurts.
My god, of course it does. Fade is just running forward 1 versus 2. He has the Helm of the Iron Will, and this is the way versus a Doom lineup, versus a PA in lane. You want extra armor, you want the Helm of the Dom, you do not want the Aghanim Scepter. It's really not that valuable.
Yeah, you're just gonna get your HP removal. I would think that the Devour would be powerful enough, but pause on that thought. We see Speed eating the Shadow Realm, right click, but BJ trying to get away. We'll get the Blood Grenade off. Does fall to the Monkey King.
Rubik is dying.
Rubik is dying. Look at that. Fade. A little bit of help from Big Num. Your big buddy's back, and now Petite Kate trying to get to the safety of the tower. Will find it, but no regen over time. Gonna have to get something brought back from the Rubik, who does not have TP for 10 seconds.
For some reason, the Hawk went for a creep. Yeah. Oh, RCY?
Oh, and RCY going for the Wisdom. Yamson puts a trap down to help out. Does not get it. The TP response from the Radiant coming out. Makarek joins the fray as well. Brings him into the Bramble with telekinesis, and now the Wukong's command finally coming out. He's kind of winning this. It's kind of crazy. He's got the wand, 3 charge stick, but now Yamson coming over to help out. Get his bro out safely. Another TP coming in from Phantom.
Please don't kill the Huskar.
Not like this.
No, my god.
God, they killed Huskar mid. RCY TPs to the mid lane as we see Yamson brought down by the fighting 3 up top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Insane.
Huskar just died to a solo Lich.
Who didn't even ult, by the way.
He didn't have it at that time. Yep. Now he has it. Oh my. Dude, I don't know, man. Huskar players are usually not the...
most stable?
Yeah.
They're combustible, to say the least, right?
Exactly. And for a good reason. I mean, that's how the hero is, right? You made a couple of mistakes and you really cannot win a game.
No.
You become quite aware of it pretty early on.
Absolutely. Now Fade looking to put the pressure on his dominated creep, eating a lot of tower shots here though. Gets it out, and we might see the Beastmaster go mid now. He's gonna take Happy, gonna take another trip back to the fountain. The Huskar 0-5-0, involved in no kills, but almost half of the Dyers.
You know, it's one of those situations that you don't really have a lot of sympathy towards, like, Huskar.
I have sympathy for this Phantom Assassin, though. No, not the last bounce. Yamson with the shield coming in. A nice telekinesis. Space from Makarek. Might be enough melted waiting, but no one steps into the trap. Instead, Yamson charging forward. Supports at his back, and RCY in the tree line. Get the Wukong's Boundless Strike onto the Doom. Stomp. Not enough. Thunderclap even, and now Speed trying to pull Kate back in. We see Willow TP. Gonna take Happy. Gonna take a chance at Yamson. Pays off. And there you go. There's some acceptable counter.
Boundless Strike in 3.
Strike in 3, but the right click will suffice. RCY up and down the trees, making it very nice.
Beastmaster joined in on the fight after he killed the mid lane tower. You have to get away from this.
Oh, the Phantom Strike away from the Shockwave. Nice reaction time from Petite Kate. Crown onto RCY will be stunned up in the Bramble Patch. Dark Willow getting those right clicks to join the dagger.
PA is coming back. And look at Fade where he is. He's cutting them off. They're sandwiched.
Oh, big bad Fade coming in with the roar. Big Numb not even with the RP yet. One more hero death will give him the experience for it. It's probably gonna be Doom. Doom to his own failure.
Where did they go?
They're all dying. They're getting zipped back to the graveyard. Big Numb with a charge, and Ole! GG called 10 minutes into game 1. And oh my god.
Dire victory.
Oh my
god. Hey, production 1 set. I need to get a screen cap of this one, please. You know what? We'll see how long this game 2 goes as we get into it. And folks, welcome. If you're just joining us, you are just in time for game 2 of Wildcard on the Radiant versus Dead Dynasty on the Dire. You have Harry Freak and myself, Malibu Jesus, to take you through the action. Game 1 was an amazing shellacking from Wildcard, and we are on the edge of our seats to see if they can keep the streak up here in game 2. Smoke doesn't break for Wildcard. You get the ward down.
To be careful.
Will be dangerous. You get hooked under that tier 1 tower. RCY probably the best equipped to deal with it. Yamson doesn't really want to take Skewer right off rip.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, it is going to be an offlane Veno from what I'm seeing from Gonna Take Happy. So they demoted him. You're like,
you're too volatile. You get relegated. You can sit at the kids' table. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I wonder what the inner workings and the communications of that team was like here. All right, Deathflag.
Have you ever gone to like PC game clubs with your friends and then somebody messes up next game? You're like, next game you're playing support. Like that. So yeah, that's what happened to him.
Yeah. And Lich gonna walk right by that high ground observer.
Look at what the Veno is doing. He just put 6 of the wards on himself. He's just killing the wave.
Yep. Little page out of Speed Gaming's own book here. Sage's Mask for the regen. Lightstone. Get that minus armor up, and he's waiting for wave 2. We will see
Look
Speed.
at how funny it looks. He has 8 of the wards on him.
He and 8 of his little pals here.
How do you stop this?
You don't. You get a lot of damage on, and maybe over the course of 2 or 3 waves, you wear him down. Yamson is getting free solo XP though.
Bignum almost dies. That was very, very close.
Yeah, luck quickly has a salve. Yeah, hook plus frost blast. That's a lot of burst damage here early on in the dire safe lane. Really need to hug the wave here. Use your wolves. 2 starting armor for the Pudge. But that right click damage, massive, 77. Even outweighing the Lycan, 65.
Yeah, but Lycan has 2 wolves.
That's right. You don't grab a point in Hal to make your laning a little better, do you?
Usually no, but I've seen people get a value point.
Oh,
It's not bad. Versus a Pudge, right? You're gonna get him into minus armor. Wouldn't be the worst thing.
No, and that's like that puts his attack damage almost, well, certainly below yours. All right. Taking a look here mid, we got Petite Kate. Played the position 1 in game 1. Now promoted, or maybe demoted, depending on how you look at it, here to the mid lane. Going against RCY, rolling Boulder in on the creep wave. Doesn't hit the Lina. Instead, has the wave to tank the tower for him. Just playing a little aggro. We'll get both water runes. It's gonna punish the Lina with her bottle.
Ah, that's quite annoying.
Top lane, Big Nom getting low, will fall. First blood drawn by Dead Dynasty. Likely gonna give up. Oh,
Ron Fatty.
cheeky div coming out. Love to see it here. Death like me now.
I'm surprised he didn't like send the wolves towards the Pudge.
Yeah, he's gonna go after the curry with him, a little bit of bad micro, but gonna take Happy here now, getting chased by Big Num and Speed. Here, you know, this is gonna be Tip City coming out. Maybe they use all this in game 1.
No tips. No,
Dire structures.
no, they're taking the moral high ground right now.
Yeah. Wildcard with the not playing the role of the Joker here, holding that and playing the King. Wise choice.
Muerta is coming from the back, and they're kind of aware. That's why they're... Oh, RCY! He's dying!
Whoa!
That's how you play mid!
Interesting. All right, this is the second time this week that I've seen the underdog in the mid roll get the first kill. Fortunate enough to see it in South America too. Mr. Analog got first blooded by the enemy mid laner twice. So, just a little tidbit there. But top lane, Big Num will eat a hook again. A lot of damage coming out. The Frost Blast and the right clicks to follow. Dead Dynasty showing that they've got some legs here in game 2.
That was very, very scary from Death. Like, you could have easily died there, and one dead shot would have killed him. But he lives. Either way, still, Fade is just allowed to free farm because of this.
Right. Arcane's already on the Venomancer. We'll go into his own triangle if PJ left us, soak up the experience. But top, Pudge finally brought down.
They're winning the laning stage, right? I mean, considering how much they got destroyed in the previous one, now they're actually doing quite well. They're almost 1k gold ahead. That's quite impressive.
Radiant
I'd say this is certainly a victory of sorts, though. Fade level 4. I feel like, Harry, you touched on this in the draft. This Lycan is just going to run down every single hero on the map. Maybe Pudge has a little bit more flesh in his fight later on. But Fade is having a game. And I think it's going to get pretty bad here, eventually. Speed with the rotation top. March the machines down. Willow going to TP, and the hook misses wide. It's a lot of damage missed. Big silence from Big Num and pushed back into it. The Wolves going to do a lot of work, but Sinister Gaze pulling Big Num back into the fray. And Big Pudge walks in with one right click, chops him down. And the hook onto Speed.
Bonus!
Oh, +1, +1.
Dire's middle tower
Death like
is under attack.
getting the stacks already up to 4.
Yeah, 4 flesh heap is no laughing matter. This is this Pudge might turn out to be a problem. Everything is working out quite nicely. Bottom lane, they need to defend this tower because the Veno is in the jungle.
Yeah, Venom making some space for the action rune. Petite Cake gonna get a regen. So RCY
Radiant's middle tower is under
gets
attack.
killed, loses his first action rune. Tougher game than he had in game 1.
Lycan is 5.5 though, right? And the Pudge only now hit 5, so the time will come when this Lycan will be able to just press R and run down the Pudge. If the Lich is not there, there's nobody that can do anything to save him. He's just gonna get ripped apart.
Is under attack.
Do have Alpha Wolves though, so your Wolves won't have crit or the quick move speed. Pudge going double bracer into phase boots. Do you feel like this is a wise use of resources, or hold that thought. Shadow Realm used on PJ, looking to get an escape here. Will get out of the machines, but the assault not over yet. Falls to big game. So, Pudge's economy. 2 bracers, boots into phase boots.
Yep, that's the way to go.
Alright, Fade lets it rip. Werewolf showing up, and maybe he needs some armor here. Petite Kate showing up. But RCY finding his old friend, rolls in, gets hit with the Laguna, and now Fade is clear for launch. Has to dodge the hook here, but will eat it. Wolves are coming to help him out. How? And maybe you didn't want to hook this guy. Deathlike trying to get away here. Alpha Wolves closing the gap, but not going to make it.
Regeneration.
Like it. Ult over, and he narrow miss there.
He's going for a Midas on Lycan. Okay, that's a new one.
Very interesting. What's those levels, huh? Maybe because they know that the Veno has just kind of had free reign. I mean, certainly falls off a little bit, but wants to have that similar economic balance to it.
I mean, if armed Lycan solo wins this game, I think that's kind of how it is. I still don't know if I 100% agree with it, but
okay.
It is a cool approach. I think you're getting away with anything in this game. But you know what? In only 2 minutes, the side of that dynasty will be lasting in this game longer than they had in the previous one. So they are, and they're definitely not losing this in the next 2 minutes unless somebody gets super tilted, which not impossible. Not impossible.
It is. It's already an established precedent that the tilt is real and very possible here. But I think you've given your most combustible player a role that will pacify him. You know, you just kind of put him on the jungle Veno, let him hit creeps, and baby's got his bottle, and he's fine. You know, content. A belly full of milk and a bag full of gold for the Veno, and you know, he's working on that Orchid. A good pickup here against the Radiant draft. You know, no shapeshift, no RP, no mobility, no damage on the Earth Spirit. Not bad itemization.
There's a bots on the Lina now, so it's gonna be much easier for him to join in on the fights.
Level 6 on the Lich too. They can connect to Fade here on the top side of the map. Pudge got Dismember. Fade's gotta be careful how he plays
by wolves.
Oh yeah, he is.
Radiant
That cripple makes it so brutal. We don't even have hamstring online yet.
I think you get it to level level 5. Oh, he didn't get the level 5 wolves just yet. Okay.
No, Fade gonna use the shapeshift. Knows that the Dire, they've got some heroes nearby. But he's just gonna keep farming right here adjacent. Letting the Wolves scout for him, do his job. RCY with the Arcane Room finds PJ, kicks back. Big Numb with a beautiful dead shot from the high ground here. But Lina joining the fray. RCY gonna roll out and dodge the Terrorize. God Gamer status confirmed. Deathlike searching for a hook to see if we can have a counter move. The hook narrowly misses. RCY lives to fight another day.
I've been impressed by his hook usage, right? Even when he's not hitting it, it's actually quite close to getting the connections. And even when the enemies know that he's coming, I mean, he's been using the Slayer's hook quite nicely. Also, big deal, the Lina still hasn't died a single time. You have an Earth Spirit, you have a Lycan, 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in. You would have expected them to make a more serious attempt on her life, but not just yet.
Absolutely. And Harry, that's a great point. I think that serious attempts on their life. You have two supports that are not very mobile at all. So if this Muerta, if this Tinker, they go deep, chances are they're stand there until everyone dies or they die. But speaking of death,
reveal.
damn son, with that Orchid reveal will fall. Gonna take Happy. Level 10. The Jungle Vino crewing. Large amount of experience and gold. Gonna be a tough match here as a hook flies top lane and wise hook usage indeed. Fade now below half health. No how use that right click damage coming out from everybody. And another death
Dire's
going
middle
in
tower
favor
is under
of
attack.
the Dynasty.
To be honest, if I was Wildcard, I'd be a little bit scared right now. I think RCY on his Earth Spirit just hasn't been doing enough in this game, and
Radiant's
it
top
is
tower
showing.
is under attack.
Really, he hasn't been helping the side lanes. The Magnus and the Lycan both are very, very strong, and you have very, very squishy supports. Only 4 kills versus these 4-5 heroes really on the Dynasty, all of which can very easily die. I'm surprised.
I wonder what the reason for the disconnect is. If this Vino in the jungle is just disruptive to the normal state of Dota, they're not really accounting for it, even though they played it themselves. Doesn't seem like it would be the factor for me, but a smoke move will wrap them mid as RCY kicks Selena back, going on to Petite Kate. Gonna fall here. The hook not enough to save. Dead for 30. The Lena will be joining this fight, but a nice chain frost with the Gale, and the Dismember gonna be death for RCY. But Makarek trying to get away, dodges the dead shot. The heals from the machine not enough
Dire's
to
top
save
tower
your
is
mid
under
laner.
attack.
Mid for
That
mid,
is
giving
what
the
I was
game
talking
state
about.
speed, cancels it. Yep. Heads up move from the Tinker player. Okay, nice. Makes good use of that time. He goes to stack in the triangle. But Harry, you said it once and I'll say it again. Death like
Radiant's middle tower
visionary
is under
hooks
attack.
from this player.
Yep. But kill the Lina. That's the name of the game. This is what they should be doing over and over again. Just kill the Lina, and you know what? Kill the Lina again. Fade. Is he okay?
He might not be okay. Oh, but he dodges the Light Strike Array and gets on the other side of the Lina. Pudge has no angle for the hook. They've got to deal with the wolves now, too.
We'll be able to do
Dire's
it.
middle tower is
The
under
Lich is
attack.
gonna survive.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ginzer gave us the early look there, and I saw that Lich perched up on the high ground. Thought it might be Doom for Fade. He's been working on his two-step. Able to get out of that Light Strike.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Things now starting to maybe solidify and a bit more of a game plan for
Dire are
Wildcard.
scanning.
14-minute rune coming up. They
Nice
know
scan.
they can expect the Vino. Yeah, scan coming through. There are dire heroes in the area with the Pudge TP as well. Gotta be cautious.
They're not gonna go. If you go there, you're gonna get destroyed. And now with nobody showing, you're assuming that they're aware
Dire
of you
are
coming.
scanning.
So this was a nice read from Wildcard. Nice read from Dead Dynasty as well. But sometimes teams get carried away. They're like, oh, we smoked, we have to do something, and then you end up losing so much. So very nice presence of mind from Wildcard.
It's like, we have to do something, but do we have to feed them 2 free kills? The answer to that is no. So let's reset.
Yeah, but they're coming now.
It's an observer word, and yeah, refreshed, rejuvenated. They found the Venomancer. Pull him back in with the shockwave. The wolves doing a lot of damage. Fear on the Magnus. The chain cross is bouncing. Gonna get the RP off before his death. Willow pulled into the middle of the fray. Big Thumb trying to let it rip. The Magnetize gonna spell Doom 4. Willow. CY once more. Will not have the hook cast just yet, and it goes wide left. Deathlike missing. Now the wolves under the tier 2. Gonna be sicked on the Lich. And that is a dead Lich if I've ever seen one.
Dire's bottom
Speed
tower
with the
is under
heals.
attack.
That's without the shapeshift. The Lycan is in the vicinity though, but he's not gonna be using it. He didn't have the shapeshift there at the start of that fight. Was still like 15-20 seconds before he could use it. If he had the shapeshift there, the Pudge dies, and God knows they maybe even run down the Lina. So I'd be counting my lucky stars if I was that Dynasty. But we are seeing the squishiness of their heroes. They just died. The other side doesn't really need to do much because you're just so damn easy to kill.
Absolutely. That core Venomancer Did a lot early on, but now we're starting to see the vulnerability.
You want Yamson?
Vulnerability is being
Got him.
exhibited top. Yamson wanted, and he might just be gone, Harry. Yeah. Brought down very quickly by the 3 heroes. A 4th joining. Speed. Oh my god. There we go. Now I love that. Fade recognizes the 4-hero response up top, where we're seeing RCY get chased down here. Pudge is silenced. Big Num with the moves. Pierces the veil. Let that magic damage fly, my friend. And Speed keeps him blinded, but Hook might be in the works. No fear on the Pudge. Will get the counter ward. And Vision pinged out by Wildcard.
The defense matrix is so annoying, right? You use the Curse Crown and the Terrorize on RCY and it just doesn't last all that much, right? Level 3 defense matrix, that's 25% status resistance. It's a huge deal. The Magnus is gonna have an SNY, so imagine how hard it is gonna be to keep him in place with the defense matrix.
And Harry, sometimes we see these Earth Spirits go for SNY as well. A combination of the status resistance, and you get a fair amount of attack damage from resonance as well. So you're doing your right clicks. Do you think this is something we could see picked up from RCY, or is status resistance, is it not additive?
It is additive.
Okay.
Or it stacks diminishingly.
Gotcha.
That's how it goes. So
The biggest source first.
yep.
Dire's top tower is under
X
attack.
Percentage,
number.
yeah, exactly, of what is left.
Dire's top
But
tower
it
is
wouldn't be half bad. I don't necessarily think so, though.
Okay.
There's other items he could go for, something like a Shiva, a little bit of vision. Wouldn't be half bad.
Nice against the Pudge eventually as well, if he gets so big to become a problem.
Yep. And Pudge is getting an Aghanim Scepter.
Dire's middle
Do
tower
you think you need a
is
pipe on
under
anybody?
You have nobody to buy it, though. Tinker is gonna be buying one, yeah, but that's gonna take a long time.
Sure. Luckily, it's a big map, though. And Speed. Very well-rounded player, economically minded, might just find the resources available, and now Yamson gonna use the RP on Pudge. Makarak is in position to dismember into the Chain Frost. The Force Staff from Speed with the status resistance provided. Still not enough to get him out. Dead for 45. Dire, Radiant, ready to clash here over. Well, no rune in the river for you, Lena. Kate trying to get away, but the Alpha Wolves have arrived.
Got
It's
him.
an easy rolling boulder target for RCY. Young Earth Spirit Master gets another kill. Well,
What an unfortunate turn of events for the Magnus, man. He finds the Pudge and then just suddenly somehow the Lich is in the vicinity to stop his right-click damage. It's hella annoying.
yeah, it certainly is. And I mean, you're pretty deep in enemy territory. Your boys are nearby, but maybe 2 or 3 screens away. And now Speed, we're gonna take a look here at Deathlike. RCY got a kill on the Lich. And next target is the Pudge, but who do you choose from? Wildcard in the triangle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What do you make a move? Do you make a move for the Tormentor here? Try to pressure the tier 2?
So at the moment, as things stand for a Wildcard, they do not have. Okay, they have the BKB on their spirit. Okay, what you want to do is
the
go for
wolves.
close.
They have to use Terrorize top to get the
Dire's
wolves
bottom
off
Yup.
tower
of Gonna
is
Take
under
Happy.
attack.
Alright. And Speed now available to TP to the Lycan Wolves. Oh, it's a beautiful symphony of spells for us. I love it. Speed gonna get the Warp Flare. Oh my god. If they weren't annoyed before, they're certainly gonna be annoyed now. Does Warp Flare interrupt channeled spells like Dismember? It roots.
Yes, it should.
Gotcha.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We're gonna see. I'm not sure. We don't see this spell too often.
Right.
I've seen Thinkers just keep people in place with that route forever.
Right.
It's actually very, very fun.
And we will see Lich go down. little soon. Yes, he does die off of that for 35. Lina, thank you, Gimzer, now has Aghanim Scepter as well. So a lot of burst damage, a little bit of flexibility here. Some magic resistance as well coming out with that.
You know, speaking of Aghanim's, Veno has his, so we're gonna be seeing him having a ton of right-click damage if he does get to it. So that's gonna be quite nice to see a lot of attack damage, and he's going for a Bloodthorn. So
let's see if it pays off here. He's rooted up. The Gale lands and the Noxious Plague. Still getting chased by the Wolves and the Illusions, but a nice hook gets the Veno out of dodge. And we will see the Ags with the damage block.
And these Wolves are so strong. What the hell?
My
The
God.
Podge cannot fight them.
No, he can't. And Willow cannot fight 3 heroes apparently, but I think we already knew that.
Yeah, that was not a revelation.
Not a question. No, not a question. Not really a revelation of any sorts. What neutral item does Venomancer currently have? Could we have a look at that? Grove Bow. So that's another debuff to amp up the damage for the Ags. Yeah.
Just hit everybody.
Cool.
They don't want to go for the Lich. He has a haste. If he didn't have a haste, maybe you go for him. But I wouldn't even mind if they just RP'd him there to make him go away.
Yeah, I would go on a Lich if he didn't have the Shard. But that Shard Spire really makes things very interesting. RCY, little pull and push. Now he's on top of Death like RP on the back line. You find the Lina, you find the Pudge. Stocks are rising for Wildcard. 13.
Yeah, their timings are here now. BKB, Blink. I mean, so many reasons to go for plays, and that's the last auto tower. You know, this game isn't a complete stomp like the previous one, but it's still 23 minutes and you don't have a single auto tower, so it's pretty bad.
Response from the Denasty here. Big Chain Frost. DJ trying to get the job finished, but it won't happen. He's alive. My monster, he's alive. Speed says, healing him up. Give him a barrier, a little pat on the back.
They're gonna poke high ground. I mean, there's nobody really to stop them. The Lich is buying back. He wants to protect the tower. Not gonna be happening. You get close, you die.
Oh no. Big TP's coming in. Yamson vulnerable. Gets hit with the blade. Dodges the hook. Will he get out? The heal from the little marching bots are not enough. Faye's gonna bring down the Venomancer with the Wolves. And now Speed gonna spread the plague to his friends. Remember to cover up with the cough, friends. Pudge. Lives, goes for a hook, reckless, maybe, a big numb, not gonna throw the dead shot.
I think he threw it out and he missed it.
Oh, okay.
If he had connected it on the Pudge, no, the Alpha Wolves, no way.
All right, Fountain does scare the Wolves. These dogs don't want a bath. God, look at all that damage.
Gold for me.
The Veno really does pack a punch. One of the, if not the highest damage dealing heroes. I mean, now you don't have the Poison Nova no longer. Noxious Plague, it's a high damage dealing spell. But when Poison Nova was here, and I know with the Aghanims how much damage it did, the only hero that really in a big game could do as much damage as a Zeus would be a Veno. But I guess that's not the case any longer in terms of AoE damage.
R.I.P. Poison Nova. Gone but not forgotten. Oh, and I bet they wish they could forget about these damn wolves cutting their waves over and over. Does Fade have his shard? Yes.
Yep.
We've got shard, harpoon, into the Midas. All right, and one thing about this this build of the Venomancer, they take Roshan very quickly. As we take a look top, the Wolves scouting ahead, but Roshan already under half.
They're still all clumped up.
Can they deny? Can they deny? No. They get the Aegis, but it's consumed immediately, and now Venomancer is in the midst of it all. Chain Frost blasting. Death like you gotta go for some interruption. You're not gonna get the TP out. Chaos in the pit. And Mr. Old Chicken brings down the Pudge.
Yeah, I think you go for a push now top. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's 40 seconds on the 2 cores. There's no glyph. You're aware of it, so you should go. You should poke. Let's see if they're gonna try to do it.
No buyback available on the Venomancer. Pudge does have it, but 20 seconds. Very unlikely that he uses it, considering this lane's already
Dire's top
exposed.
barracks are under attack. Dire's top
And
barracks
those
has
Alpha
fallen.
Wolves certainly up to the task of chewing through these barracks. Frost Shield, very helpful in slowing the assault. And we see the fight start to break out. Set up. Yamson eating a lot of damage. Skewers to the low ground. RP's the Willow. The damage still ticking. RCY joining, and Big Num getting that kill.
The defense matrix is just a dumb spell, right? He has so much savage resistance. He has 47.5.
Essentially a half duration control on anybody with that. RCY now on the backline. They found the Venomancer. Finding the Pudge. Magnetized damage still ticking. Another 6 seconds, but it brings down the Pudge. Now the Gate has to stay in and out of the fountain.
And Lycan is pushing while this is happening.
Oh yeah, he is. Tier 3 down.
Dire's middle tower
Another
has
barracks exposed. You know, Denasty, you made it 27 minutes. Commendable effort here, but Lina is going to be brought down in her prime. Buyback on the Pudge. Can you get a fountain hook? RCY.
Yeah, they get close, but they're not getting close.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Kate gonna miss the stun here, and the hook goes wide again. Deathlike had icy hands early on, but not keeping him on ice here any longer. Reset, but a big stun. Fade there brings down his best buddies.
Looked cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. You know, maybe if Deathlike had read that, it could have been a nice, easy fish in a barrel situation, but instead we're gonna have another tier 3 to fall. Fade brings down another, but the Venomancer does get a return kill. Yamson not gonna be stunned this time. To the hook. Oh no, Muerta starting to do some damage with that Shadow Blade. Pops up unnoticed, and Wolves from the grave getting the kill for Fade. The buyback sparked by the outrage of that post-mortem death. RCY spreads the plague to his friends. You know, there's a lot of friendly fire going on this game. Friendly stun, friendly plague spread. Why not speed dodges the stun. And now Mega Creeps for Wildcard here. 28 minutes in. Gonna take Happy. Gonna take an Atos, and a Silence, and a Rolling Boulder to the face. Bouncing Chain Frost. RCY hits the BKB to dodge the damage. And RCY, or actually Kips, it actually goes to the Chain Frost and the Spire.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
RP onto the ground. Didn't connect on the Lina. That was a little bit off the mark. And it happens.
Oh, there we go. The tips coming out as the Venomancer just waiting. You know, this is a desk pounder for sure. And RCY, can you get out? He lives a little bit, but gonna stay alive for the
Pudge is
Team
back.
White. Pudge is back, but GG is called. No more hooks will fly, Mr. Harry. As Wildcard.
There it is.
Oh, hey, there's a hook. Did they cancel? Did they cancel it? Oh, the mantle
They
is
canceled.
dropped. They canceled it. The fake GG,
Oh,
the
did it?
disrespect, the BM. I mean, that was Don't Chuckle Minnow on my team, please. Oh, you know, a little bit of return banter finally fired back.